Okay, guys, I couldn't find a quick video on where all these bolts are at on an 89. I found newer videos for newer model trucks, things like that. But so that's how I'm gonna just kind of film this as I go. I'm gonna start with these lower bolts. That'll be easier to reach while the truck's still jacked up a little bit, and then we'll be a lot of start and stopping the video, but it should be a smooth transition after edit. And so the most frustrating thing I have found, they're working on 80s and 90s area cars, is knowing if you're doing standard or metric. This bolt appears to be metric, a 13 millimeter. So we'll get to taking it off, and then we'll move to the next one that I know of. Alright guys, that's one of I don't know how many. Well, I'll stop here and rearrange the camera. Pick the camera up by hand. I'm having trouble getting on the spot. But underneath that hinge area, there is a bolt. Right there. That is our next bolt we're taking out. It's a 10 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know any way to film that really while I do it. The main problem is you gotta hold this door halfway open, halfway closed to get your socket on there. And I've got about 14 inches worth of extension on here just to reach it. So I'll be right back. All right, the last bolt was a booger to get. I think get it loose now. Yeah, because the fender's tight all of a sudden. But the clip that the bolt screwed into broke. And it just had to put vice grips on to hold it, blah, blah, blah. It's a big deal. But right now, we're gonna get ready to start tearing the rest of these wires and stuff that's fastened to the fender loose. So we'll be back shortly. All right, we're gonna take my persuader here and get this hood, this thing out of here. But after looking at that again, it's like it might unclip if I had a screwdriver. Be in the cab. And I did let the truck down on the jack stand, so it's a little lower, easier to handle. I thought that was a split thing, but they're apparently not. Okay, there's that loose. And I've got these clips here. I'm only being moderately careful. I don't really care if they break. I'll replace them with something else if they do. That one came out. Totally random thought about fucking these YouTube videos. If you're someone like me and like says to talk to yourself, it makes you look not so crazy if you're talking to a camera, I guess. There we go. Now, that should have the fender loose. We're going, well now, I think I'll work now. on the front there at the radiator core support. Let me find the right socket. We'll be back. Okay, those are 5/16. As a side note, here's my Hercules cordless drill I got for Christmas. My father-in-law bought for me from Harbor Freight. I read online that it's supposed to be a copy of a DeWalt or DeWalt, depending on how you say it, I guess. I don't know. It's my first day using it, but so far I'm pretty satisfied. We'll do a little test over here, right here. Those two bolts have not broken loose with a wrench or anything. We'll see how it takes them up. So you can see it's got pretty good torque to take those out like that. So I'm satisfied so far with the quality of this tool. I know Harbor Freight's it's kind of a crapshoot, I know sometimes, but that seemed to work okay for me. So next step is going to be, I guess, again, I'm just doing this off the cuff, boys and girls. I don't know what I'm doing really. I'm just doing it. I guess I'll take that vacuum canister loose up there, and I don't know if you can see in that shot that there's bolts holding the fender right above that vacuum canister. Actually, the vacuum canister may not come off. We will try that. We'll try to leave it on first. I'll start with that hood hinge there, or hood spring. I'll be careful, and I suggest you do the same, because I've not done it. I don't know if that's got any tension on it when it's open like that or not, or if that's the relaxed position. But let me find that socket. We'll be right back. Okay, all those three bolts I'm talking about are a 13 millimeters. Like I said earlier, it seems like you never know with these bolts on this era of vehicles whether they're going to be metric or standard, just like the 5/16 fit up there. I don't know if it's a metric and the 5/16 just works or what. Whoa, I lost a shim. Okay, well, there's no spring tension on there, just a little weight from the hood. Came down slightly, so that's good. I'm gonna start my bolt back so I don't have to worry so hard about keeping up with it. And we'll hit these other two. They were a lot higher. But I don't have a 13 millimeter half-inch drive, so the little 3/8 had to do the job. Something I didn't do, I should have done before I started this, was take me an 1/8 inch drill bit and drill me some holes to realign the fender back like it came off. But I forgot to do that, and this is not far from the showpiece right now. It's going to need a lot of body work in the future. I can adjust that as I go. Put it back on. Let's try it without the extension. That's kind of killing me here. All right. That last bolt out that I know of, well, that's not true. It's like the back, like we're loose on the back. The next spot I think the bolts are behind this turn signal light. and I'm not positive how that comes out. I'm going to find out and come back and we'll see what happens from there. And I think we'll be ready to take a fender off at that point. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, here we are now. That's where we're at. I got the grill removed. Talk about that in a moment. And did that in order to make it at least easier to get to those nuts. There's one up in there in the dark you can barely see, which holds the headlight in. There's 2 bolts on the back, holds the assembly in, and then after that, this, and I got 2 bolts right back there. So when you remove your grill, if you're doing this at home, don't do like I did and break off your bottom tabs. These squeeze and they're supposed to release. If you turn it around as you were looking at the truck, as you can see there's notches in there, and you're supposed to raise up on the tab there, I believe, because I got the top to release but I couldn't get either of the bottom ones to release. So just be careful unless you're planning on replacing your grill anyway, which I was eventually going to do on this truck. So we'll shut off the video for a moment and we'll see if I can get this fender the rest of the way off. Okay, the 2 nuts I talked about before, a 7/16 socket fits those. I'm pretty sure that there's a metric size that's the same as that. I'm not sure, but anyway, I do need to remove this bolt here, which is why I restarted the video. And it is, I believe, a 5/16. So, sorry about the poor camera work here. It is a 5/16. I'm having a little trouble getting it out. So we'll pause the video once again. Now these right here, if I can get my camera on it. That one, there's another one above there, is the last thing holding this light in. Those are also 7/16 bolts. This is of course the inside of the radiator support. So I'll get those out and we should be able to pull our headlight assembly out at that point. Okay, here we go. Headlight is out. One thing that I failed to do on the other light is right here, this little plastic pin thing has to be removed. What those are, little anchors or clips, has a plastic screw in it and it spreads those out. If you've never seen those before, these miraculously all came out. But after doing that, I determined that I did not need to. Well, take that back. Maybe I did. Looks like there's one bolt down in there I need to get to, right there. But to have this bolt here, and here, and here, which is accessible from the back side, which I think is the other part holding me. But we'll get to working on those, and I'll check back in after we get that done. All right, everybody, ladies and gents. There was 2 bolts in there. I don't know if you can see, the one was down in there. They had to come out. So you would think this is all loose and ready to come off, wouldn't you? Right? Wrong. This rubber strip right there, it fills in the gap between the fender and the bumper, has to go. It's attached to the bottom, and I already saw that and knew that, but I forgot to take it off. So get her handy dandy prize bar on that, hold it off, then we should be free. So hang tight. And then bada bing, bada boom, we are open. Now I can walk right up to the thing, and no, it doesn't look like it now, and get right up in there and do whatever it takes. Now, I think I'm going to, well, I was planning on unplugging that there. This is going through our firewall. So that means I would need to release the wiring from over here. Oops. And that does not look very promising. So I'm gonna have to take some time off from the videoing here and just see exactly what I can do with all this. Be back shortly. Alright, I am back after much work, and I did a little off-camera work as well. But as you can see, I now have the wires out. This wire here, although I thought it was in that same harness, it's not. It just goes here to my, sorry about the shoddy camera work. It goes to this cruise control vacuum canister, and up here for light stuff, but it's not part of that main harness. I took out. I think that goes to the computer, I guess. I don't know. And then there's our main wire harness, goes to the fuse panel. As you can see, it's still in there. And I've got lots of room now to get in there and get dirty. And one of the other things I did while off camera is I just put some PB Blaster on this first header. Those two bolts. I don't know that it did anything because it didn't give it very long to work. And they actually came out of the head. I had no clue that that would even be a possibility. But I also noticed a little hole, rust hole right there. And I touched it with my screwdriver, and you can guess what happened there, as you can see. And the next one back, you can see a pinhole there, I believe, as well. Let's zoom in. That little hole right there is just asking for more trouble. So we're going to have to replace these headers. So that's going to be the end of working today. It's later in the afternoon. It's going to get dark on me anyway. Get this camera to focus there. But as you can see, it gives me lots of access to the headers and the wiring. So the spark plug. So that's going to be our next project. I was just looking around, making me a list of other things I might need to buy for some other repairs. Here's the power steering line I spoke of. That goes in the wiring harness that I've gotten out already. That needs to be replaced. And we have another vacuum canister right there, that rusty piece of junk. I just took my finger and poked a hole in it, so it also needs to be replaced. So I need to source me a couple vacuum reservoir canisters. And tomorrow, at least at the time of this filming, tomorrow, which would be January 12th, today was the 11th of 2018. Tomorrow calling for freezing rain. Talking about starting at about 3 a.m. in the morning, so obviously cannot work outside in freezing rain. So we'll pick back up on this video. I'll go ahead and edit what I've got. And of course, by this time you receive this, you'll know that. But I will post this video, and then whenever I get back to working on it again, we'll continue on. And I hope maybe I'm helping somebody can take a little bit of knowledge out of this. If nothing else, just what size of bolts and things that held the fender on. And looky there, there's a wasp's nest right there in the radiator support. Oh well, I'm rambling. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up, of course. Subscribe, and I'll try to keep all two of you that's subscribed updated on these projects. Again, thanks guys for watching. Have a great day.